Hey everyone, Val here, and it is time for my weekly weigh-in and updates on my food situation going on here and my walking and fitness and all that good stuff. So I'm doing my update this week from my kitchen because I am trying to get my kitchen cleaned up and trying to get ready to do my remodel on my pantry. So I thought I would just go ahead and do the update from my kitchen today. Got a lot of things to get done this morning. So how did I do this week? Well, I had good days and I had bad days, I guess. So let me just turn you guys around, let you look at the book. We'll go through this and kind of look and see how I'm doing in my tracker and see how it's going. Now, I do track calories. I'm not on Weight Watchers or any of those other programs. I just track my calories, kind of try to stay away from a lot of fats, make healthier choices when it comes to looking at the packaging on food and making sure it doesn't have a lot of sugar in it. Trying to make the healthier choices and trying to incorporate more greens into my meal. So did I do that this week? You decide. I didn't have a great week, you guys. So let me show you what happened this week. Okay, so starting out on Monday, I had a 3-egg omelet with ham, cheese, and grapefruit for 340 calories. I had a Yasso bar, which is a frozen ice cream bar. They're 100 calories a piece, and they're a much better choice than ice cream. For a snack, with that I had a cheese stick and peanuts, which was 180 calories. For lunch, I had yogurt and berries, and I don't know how I did this in orders. A lot of times I just don't write it down in order, but I probably did, after breakfast, I probably had the cheese stick and the peanuts, and then I had my lunch, which was the yogurt and berries. And then I probably went back and had a Yasso bar after lunch, because I usually have a Yasso bar somewhere around 3 o'clock in the afternoon when I'm back in my craft room. For dinner we had stir-fried turkey sausage with rice and vegetables. I put that at 500 calories. Tuesday I had 3-egg omelet with cheese and grapefruit. I had oatmeal with yogurt and berries for lunch. And then for dinner I had pork loin with some mixed beans. I had some dried beans. I put them in the Instapot and made some beans to go with the pork and a green salad. So I did have salad here, and I had veggies here. So I did have some veggies in here. Snacking that day was a cheese stick and some sugar-free pudding. And then I did for breakfast have a sugar-free hot chocolate. Actually, I crossed off sugar-free, so I think I picked a packet that wasn't sugar-free, and I had some hot chocolate. It's been cold this week, and I'm using that as my excuse. So I wanted something warm. I didn't want to make coffee, so I did the hot chocolate. On Wednesday, I had 3 eggs with cheese and grapefruit for 300 calories. I had some chicken soup for lunch with a rice cake, because I'm doing the freezer and pantry challenge, and I had a can of chicken soup in my pantry that I needed to use up, or I needed to get it out of the pantry, because I don't basically buy chicken soup. It's something that Steve had bought earlier, and so I just went ahead and had that for lunch to get it out of the pantry. I had a sugar-free pudding as a snack, and then for dinner I had 2 pieces of pizza that Steve brought home from work because he had it for lunch, and then we had some leftover lasagna that I had pulled out of the freezer. I had a little piece of that too. So I figured 600 calories on that one. Total for the day was 1210 here on Wednesday, 1120 here, and 1220 here. I tried to keep it in this range. Not to say these are the best choices. The pizza and stuff are probably not the best choices, but it probably could have been worse too. Thursday I had gluten-free Cheerios with almond milk for breakfast. I made some hamburger stew, which was totally amazing. I had it for lunch though, and that's a heavy lunch for me. I try to eat lighter for lunch. I try to do yogurt or something like that for lunch, but it was leftover, and I was trying to get some of the leftovers out of the freezer. Out of the refrigerator. I hate wasting food, and I hate throwing food away, so I did eat the leftover, what was left of the hamburger stew for my lunch. Yasso bar for my snack, and then for dinner I made a pot of chili. I had one breadstick with that and some mixed fruit. This was a high day because my lunch was high count instead of having like a yogurt or something like that. If I would have had the yogurt, it would have been more in the 100 range, yogurt and berries. I have the sugar-free yogurt that I usually have for my lunch. Thursday, gluten-free Cheerios with almond milk. Oh, I just did that one. Okay, Friday, I have zucchini bread in my freezer. I took some of that out. I cut it into individual servings, and I took some of that out and thawed it out overnight and had that for my breakfast. I opened a can of tuna because I have some tuna in my pantry that needs to be eaten up too. So I opened tuna, and I just served it on top of some lettuce with some mayonnaise, and had some celery and some carrot sticks for a really nice lunch, which was 120 calories and healthy because I got some of my vegetables in there. Had sugar-free pudding and a yasso bar as snacks in the afternoon, and then I had for dinner, and I probably snacked a little bit more because my lunch was a little bit lighter. I probably should have had some crackers or something to go with that to give me a little bit more to eat instead of just that. I'm not sure because I'm trying to figure all this stuff out. But sugar-free pudding and a yasso bar was my snack for the day. And then for dinner I had some of the leftover turkey sausage with vegetables and rice. The calorie count for this day was really low, and I think it was because, probably because my lunch was low and my breakfast was really low. I didn't have eggs or anything for breakfast. And I'm thinking that's probably why I ate so much yesterday. Saturday, I had a rice cake and peanut butter. Again, a low-calorie lunch. Or breakfast, but I don't know. I wasn't feeling well on Friday and Saturday. I woke up with a really bad headache that stayed with me all day, and every time I walked around, I got nauseous. I got dizzy, I should say. I got dizzy. So I pretty much sat in a chair all day and knit, but didn't really do much of anything else, and kind of lived on Advil. And I tried to eat lighter. Wasn't crazy hungry, but I also didn't really cook much here this day because I ate leftovers here. I did throw some ribs on Saturday. Steve was home, so we put some ribs in the oven, and threw some potatoes that were in the freezer in the Actifry, some of the potatoes we froze out of the garden, and had some leftover beans with that. So rice cake with peanut butter was my quick fix, so I didn't have to fix breakfast. And then I used up the turkey sausage and rice for lunch. That was left over. I put it in the microwave. That was a higher calorie lunch than I normally have. I ran out of yogurt. I needed to get yogurt from the store, so I didn't eat yogurt on these days because I didn't have any in the house. And because I didn't feel like going shopping. So I ended up going shopping on Sunday after church. And I did get my yogurt, so I did have yogurt and fruit for my lunch, but I had rice cake, peanut butter for breakfast before I went to church. And then for dinner, I had leftover ribs. I had a couple of ribs, and they're baby back ribs. They were really small ribs. And then I had half a bowl of leftover chili and a yasso bar. And I went a little crazy because at the store I picked up a payday bar, which I knew better, but I did it because I just wanted some sugar or something. I don't know. But then when I came home after dinner and Steve was saying something about cookies, and so we got out the cookies, and I had 2 chocolate chip cookies, store-bought cookies, which I normally don't do this either. So this was 415 calories that I didn't need, that were basically sugar. But I'm not going to beat myself up over it. It is what it is. I had a really high calorie that day, but is it because these 2 days were a little low? I don't know. I still have a little bit of a headache this morning, but I am going to push through. I've took my Advil already. I need to get my kitchen cleaned up. I'm going to do that. For my movement, oh, I didn't even fill these in, but I didn't do any walking for the rest of the week because I just didn't feel good. But I didn't snack after dinner either. The snacking, the payday bar was in the middle of the day, and then the 2 cookies were with dinner. So I'm not going to count that as snacking after dinner. Once I got into the living room, I didn't snack. So walking, I had really 2 great days of walking in there. I walked 1.75 miles on Wednesday and had over 10,000 steps. And I actually got 2 miles in 45 minutes on Thursday. And this was my steps for the day. So I had 2 really great days with steps in there. Monday and Tuesday, I didn't do any walking. And then, of course, I wasn't feeling good on these days. And I did a little walking at the grocery store. But these days, I basically sat in my chair and didn't do much of anything at all. So how did my pantry challenge go? Pantry and freezer, trying to clean out my freezers. I really have done really well with not buying meats and stuff this month. My grocery bill has been so low, and I'll talk about that on Wednesday's video, a little bit about that, and I'll show you my grocery haul from Sunday on Wednesday's video. I'm putting a video together now to post on Wednesday, but I'm doing really well. So I pulled turkey, kielbasa, rice out of the freezer, well, turkey, kielbasa out of the freezer, rice out of the pantry, and then vegetables out of the freezer, and everything was used up out of the freezer. Pork loin out of the freezer, dried beans out of my cabinet for Tuesday. We did leftovers on Wednesday. I made a pot of chili on Thursday. Everything out of the pantry. Did mixed fruit. That was fruit that we canned over the summer out of the pantry. Leftovers on Friday, because I wasn't feeling well. We threw ribs in, which were out of the freezer. Stuff we already had, we're trying to use up out of the freezers, and then leftovers on Sunday. So I did good. I didn't really have anything in here that I had to go out and buy. Everything, the pantry challenge, the freezer challenge is coming along really well. And then for my weigh-in, I weighed in on Monday at 185.2. I did weigh like once during the week, and I did notice a drop here, but then after the candy bars and stuff, and I don't know what happened on Sunday, it popped right back up to where it was at 185.3. So it gave me a 0.1, which is not really a gain. And I know I didn't eat right on Sunday, even though I was trying to do the best I could, so I had a good weigh-in. I'm okay. I'm okay with it. I'm not going to beat myself up. I haven't felt good, and not going to use it as an excuse, but it is what it is. So we're going to start out next week at 185.3. We're going to try to get in more walking, do this, and seeing what we're going to do with our freezer challenge. Today I pulled out some chicken legs. I've got some frozen potatoes that came out of the garden that I'm going to use, and then I'm going to make a coleslaw because I got a head of cabbage from the church. They had stuff left over from the food pantry that they set out for the congregation to take, that they needed to get out of the pantry because it was perishables, and one of the things was they had a whole table of cabbage. So I took a head of cabbage and brought it home to make some coleslaw with our dinner tonight. So that's how I did for the week. Let me know how you all did. Give me any tips if you have tips on how I can do better, if I need to do better. I think I'm at 185.3. Honestly, I'm not disappointed with that at all, because I started out, when I started trying to lose weight, seriously trying to lose weight, I was at 211 pounds. That was weight lost. I was actually down from where I was many years ago. I was probably up to 250. I probably was at least 250 because I was in a size 18 going on 20. And that was probably maybe 15, 20 years ago, maybe in that range. I brought it down and I've been hovering 200, 220, in that range. And when I said, okay, I've got to get serious at losing weight. And it's been years back. I mean, it's been 2-3 years ago that when I got, you know, watching YouTubers that were doing Weight Watchers and stuff, and I said, you know what, I'm going to do this too. You know, y'all inspired me and I need to do this. So I wrote down my weight, and I remember distinctly writing down 211 pounds. That was my initial weigh-in, and I'm at 185.5, and I'm healthier than I've been in a long time. I'm walking. I mean, I have been diving and trying to stay active my entire life. But even looking back at, let me see, I'm going to go back in here to August of last year. I was 192.4. That's when I started this journal. I was given this journal by Nancy Who 52. And when I started this journal in August of last year, I think this was a retirement gift from Nancy Who. I was at 192.8 was my first weigh-in in this book. So 192.8, and I'm on at 185.3. I'm not going to say that I'm not happy about that. I'm very happy about that because I'm going in the right direction, and I'm going to continue to work on this, and I really want to see the 170s. And then when I hit the 170s, I'm going to see where I can take it from then. I don't remember in my adult life ever being lower than 170. At my lowest in my adult life, I was at 170, right in the 170 range. And that's where I stayed until I gained the weight back. I've gone up and down my entire life. But I'm at 185, which is only 15 pounds away from the 170, which really was my ultimate challenge, is to at least get to 170. So can I do it in another year, a year and a half? I can if I keep tracking and I keep trying, and that doesn't mean I can't eat a candy bar. I'm going to eat a candy bar if I want a candy bar, because if I don't, I'm going to just keep craving it, and then I'm not going to continue on with what I'm doing. I'm not going to beat myself up over a candy bar as long as I'm not eating one every day. I'm going to try to talk myself out of it, but if I can't, I can't, and that's fine. I'm not going to be upset over that. So that's it for today. I need to get my dishes done. I need to start my pantry clean out so I can remodel my pantry. All of that stuff is coming up on the channel. So if you stuck with me this far, thank you. And I will catch you on the next video. Remember to give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed and you want to. And remember, it's all about the adventure. Thanks, and have a great day.